Hello and welcome to episode 515 of Contending at the Water Cooler. I am your host, Clarence Moy, and I am joined by the other two M's. So M's, let's go around the cooler and tell the listeners who you are and where they can find you on the internet. Megan, let's start with you.
Hi, I'm Megan McLaughlin. You can find me on the internet at Hey Dude Meg on most social media channels.
Joey.
Hi, I'm Joey Moser. You can find me on Twitter at JoeyMoser83.
And again, I'm Clarence Moy. You can find me on Twitter at Clarence Moy, on Instagram at Clarence.Moy. And yes, this is my last podcast as a 49-year-old male.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
yeah.
It's insane. I'm as old as Jaws. Actually, Jaws is older than me.
That's like every year when it's like Megan's birthday. Her birthday's literally a day before mine. And like usually, not all the time, but usually like on her birthday, I was like, hi, happy birthday. You're older than me now.
You do always say that, but then I always say it's my day to catch up on movies before you because
Yeah, that's true.
I was born that day early so I could catch up on movies. And I still haven't caught up.
1975 was an excellent year for film. It was Jaws, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Rocky Horror, Shampoo, Dog Day Afternoon.
I love Shampoo.
Funny Lady, Other Side of the Mountain, Tommy, I think Nashville, one of my all-time favorite films. Yeah, it's a great year. Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Barry Lyndon.
Good shit.
Yeah, Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barry Lyndon. That wasn't 1975. I think Wikipedia is lying to me. Oh, well. I'm old and I don't know how to use the internet. Anyway, how are you guys?
Good.
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. You know, Jalal, our friend, mentioned something to me the other day, and I think this is absolutely true. It feels like the Emmy nominations dropped and the world swallowed them up and nobody's talking about them. Do you get that feeling?
Yeah, I do kind of feel like that. Like, well, I think because a lot of them were expected. There wasn't anything too crazy. And yeah,
We have a long way to go, too.
Yeah, we do have a long way to go.
We do have a long way to go and no precursors of merit along the way. I mean, certainly there will be some, like TCAs are announced in August, but I don't know that TCAs influence the Television Academy the way that other critics groups would influence, say, the Oscars. But there's no, I don't know, it just feels like, to me, with the looking at the nominations, you can immediately tell what they're going to award. Like, I feel like Severance is going to walk away with a ton of things.
Yeah.
You know, even though a lot of people are holding out hope for The Pit, and I'm on Team Pit because I'm not a huge fan of Severance, but I don't know. This doesn't feel like the kind of competitive year where people are just going to be like, you know, talking about it nonstop.
Yeah.
It might. Yeah, maybe it'll heat up when it's closer, but
yeah.
I think there's been a lot of festival chatter this week. You know, we're only a week after the Emmy nominations came out. And there's a lot of stuff like TIFF announced a bunch of stuff. New York announced their opening film, Venice. Yeah, so there's some like, I wonder if it's just being like pushed down by the majority of that.
Yeah, and of course, reminding our listeners that we are going to the Telluride Film Festival, which, you know, doesn't announce their lineup, although based on the verbiage coming out of some of these announcements, we can have pretty strong guesses as to what's going to be there. And I don't know, do you guys follow that Michael Patterson, I think is his, from who does the Telluride blog?
No.
You should definitely follow him because he has a weekly blog. He's Michael Patterson. His handle is at Gort, Gort 2.
Oh, I do follow him, yeah.
Yeah, he does a weekly blog about the films that are most likely to play Telluride. I think we should have him on the podcast, see if he would be willing to join us for the podcast to do a preview, because it's your first Tellurides, and I think it might be fun.
Sure.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Excellent. So, what else is going on with you guys?
I'm trying to think of what I've been watching. Well, other than the things that we're going to be talking about today, I watched Amy Bradley is Missing and actually did a podcast with Miami Film Festival director of programming Lauren Cohen, and it was so fun. I've got to get that over to you, Clarence, because she is like an expert on this whole topic. It was a lot of fun. We went on for an hour talking about the show, the case. It's fascinating. I highly recommend that documentary, even though it's like it's got its flaws, but it's very interesting. I did not know anything about this case until Lauren had flagged it and told me, "Hey, you like as a true crime person, you need to watch this, and or like you need to read about this." Like what? So I'll be dropping that soon. But I enjoyed. I mean, as much as you can enjoy watching, it's a terrible story, just horrible, but fascinating because it's a mystery that like I don't know if we'll ever solve. It's one of those things. But I highly recommend people watch it to just learn about the story, and it's fascinating.
Excellent. It sounds great. I can't wait to listen to the podcast and watch the show so I'll know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. You're probably like, who the hell is Amy Bradley? Well,
I literally Googled her the minute that you reminded me that you did this event. And I'm like, okay, so she disappeared off the Royal Caribbean. Got it.
Yeah, it's wild. It's very wild.
And Joey, I know you and I are prepping for the end of our Desperate Housewives Revisited podcast series.
How do you guys feel about the end? Yeah, how are you feeling about that?
So I think
emotions?
I've been loving doing this because I love the show so much. But I think if people have not listened to it, I think we really chew into a lot of the plot of everything. We recap a lot of stuff, pretty close to, pretty detailed. I mean, but we just confirmed 2 interviews. So we only have 1 episode left. And I know that the final episode of the season is really good. But we have 2 interviews coming up. I'm not sure how we're going to release some stuff because I think it's not going to be a little funky. I think maybe we have an interview on Friday afternoon, and then we have another one on Monday or Tuesday of next week.
Tuesday.
I think Tuesday. I feel like that interview should probably be released first because of who the actor and the character is, maybe. And then the person that we're interviewing this week, I feel like should be maybe connected with the finale recap, just because there's a lot for that person to do. And still holding out hope that Marsha Cross will get back to us. Not holding my breath.
Well, you don't spoil things. Yeah. Don't.
Marsha. She's dyeing her hair even redder as we speak.
She's actually doing an off-Broadway play. I was alerted by Frank, and who gave us the Instagram handle of the play and said, "Oh, you should go reach out to them to see if you can get to talk to her." I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, if her own agent won't talk to us, she's not going to just. We're waiting outside stage door with a podcast mic and handle.
We have a series of questions for you.
But I will say the person whose interview will be included in the finale of our podcast series is a housewife.
Ooh.
An Emmy nominee. She's an Emmy nominee.
Yes. So that's going to be fun. And then we'll have a special bottle episode leading up to that next week, as Joey mentioned. So I'm looking forward to it. And if anything, we at least finished the series, or we will finish the series. God forbid I don't die between now and then. But
why would you die?
Well, I'm flying.
Okay.
well, I'm gonna die in a fiery plane crash. So.
Oh my God.
No, but on the way to Telluride, Megan and I will carry on without you. We'll be sitting through movies, crying, going, "Whoa, we'll make a bunch of bands that will be WWJD,
and people will be like, Jesus will be like, Joey.
No, who would Joey do a Telluride?
I love that.
Oh yeah, there we go.
And you can't joke Me dying in a plane crash, and then you're gonna keep going when I'm the one who's terrified.
Sorry, Joey,
Or
but you know, Megan and I love you, but we are definitely going to make fun of you if you die.
wow.
Megan, you laugh like that's not true.
I
We're gonna stop now.
We'll be very sad, but
We'd
we'll
be
be
like,
crying
well,
through
okay,
laughter.
here's the
Laughter
thing.
through tears is my favorite emotion.
I will laugh if it's like he made it off the plane and like tripped over his bag and hit his head or something. Like that's an ironic, funny death. That's the only way I will. Like I won't laugh if he dies in a fiery plane crash, but if he's like, I made it, and like if something hits him or something, okay, I'll be kind of laughing at that.
No, we won't.
I don't like any of this, for the record.
No. It's morbid, and I apologize. We're not going to celebrate your death or laugh about it. No, we would miss you horribly.
Yeah, God.
No,
like,
the answer is Joey. You're not going to die in a fire.
I always.
You're not, of course, not going to.
You're not going to. I always describe you as like you're more than a friend to me. You're an appendage. Like you're just there with yes. So that's how you are. I'd be like losing a limb, Joey. So
Joey,
you die in a fiery crash, I'm going to lose a limb.
You're a far worse driver than the pilots are pilots. So every time you get behind the wheel of a car, you're 50% more likely to die than you are in a plane crash.
That's true. He's right.
For the record, I don't want any percentage of me dying in any accident.
No. There's much too much suffering coming for you to die this early.
Oh God, jeez.
You know, politics.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Oh, I know. I can't wait to pick out my bunk in my concentration camp. There we go.
That's coming for all of us. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Anyway, this is.
Can't wait to be hanging on the wall with you guys.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm Arita.
But Desperate Housewives.
Yeah.
Ava Longoria. No.
Anyway, all right. So this episode, we are going to talk about the new film, which we have all seen, Oh Hi, which stars Molly Gordon and Logan Lerman, and it is written and directed by, who is it, Megan?
Sophie Brooks.
Sophie Brooks. Thank you so much. And then, of course, we are also going to talk about the new Lena Dunham Netflix series, Too Much, which stars Megan Stalter and Will Sharp and a bevy of other people. And then, of course, we'll wrap things with the flash forward to the media we're most anticipating in the upcoming week. Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right. Megan, I feel like you have been sitting on Oh Hi the longest of us. So why don't you tell us, and you have written the review on our website. So why don't you tell us what Oh Hi is?
Okay. I think it's funny that I've been sitting on it the longest when I've seen it like a week before you guys. It was like 2 weeks ago. So Oh Hi comes from Sophie Brooks, writer-director Sophie Brooks, and it's about this couple going away on their first weekend trip together. And, it's really romantic. I felt like some of the scenes looked like past lives, the way where it was. I think I wrote that in my review. And then, they're getting along, and then something happens that causes Iris, played by Molly Gordon, to do something very unhinged, but you know what, justified, to Logan Lerman's Isaac, and then it becomes this like absurd romantic comedy. That's pretty much the premise of it. But I really liked this movie. I thought it was different. I didn't know where it was going to go. I think Molly Gordon is very talented, and Logan Lerman is really good in this too. And then the supporting cast of Geraldine, is it Vincent Nathan? I think that's how you say her name.
Yeah.
Swanathan.
Viswanathan, that's it. Viswanathan and John Reynolds, who plays Kenny. They are really funny too, I thought. And then there's also Tobias Funke the actor plays Tobias Funke on Arrested Development, shows up, and David Cross. He shows up too with a funny scene or two. But what did you guys think of it?
I really liked it. I'm kind of surprised by the critical reaction to it. It's far more divisive than I thought it would be. Maybe it's a bit of a litmus test. I don't know, but in fact, I just was on the Wikipedia page, and they do a summary of sort of the reception, and someone wrote that it had a clever setup, but it was ultimately devolved into an exaggerated farce, losing its emotional depth and character nuance, especially for Gordon's character, rendering it goofy and hard to buy. I mean, it is a comedy, but I do think there's a lot of truth in it. I think, and I don't know if there's a male versus female critic thing or what's going on here, but I like the way that it resolves at the end, where it's like, okay, we're both messed up people, and that's how we got into this situation, and it isn't necessarily anybody's fault, but it's sort of the chemical reaction that happens when two unstable entities merge, kind of. I liked it.
I get. I liked that it was the way it played with different gender dynamics that have kind of become buzzwords online, or if you've ever online dated, or guys will say like, no crazy girls, crazy women, and then women are like, no fuck boys. And that's what I wrote in my review, because I think that is what is kind of going on in this film, which I thought was really interesting. But I was also like, found myself being like, why are you making Molly Gordon's character seem like she's crazy, but maybe she is crazy, which I do think she is a little crazy in this.
I mean, she's a little nuts, and he 100% led her on down a path where she thought that they were a couple, and he does coupley things with her. And it's not the way that he treats her for the first 30 minutes of the film is not a casual relationship dialogue or discourse or actions. It is that of a couple. It is somebody who is comfortable around the other person in moments of intimacy. Like, I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about the scallops. I'm going to go to elaborate lengths to make scallops for you, to create this special dish, to have this romantic meal under this gorgeous tree with all of these lights on the branches, and just create the most intimate thing they do in the film is he's reading a book and she's watching him read the book.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
And that feels like a couple that's about to get engaged, not like a casual thing. Right. And so that's certainly just my reaction to the film. And I found all of that very interesting. If I had, and Joey, I want to turn it over to you because I'm very interested in your perspective. If I had any kind of nit to have with it, I almost wish that the supporting cast wasn't there and then it was a two-hander. Because I don't necessarily think that Max and Kenny, the two friends that visit the house when an event happens, I don't necessarily think they add anything to the story.
I didn't actually think they were extraneous characters. I can see what you mean, but I think we got to a point with Iris and Isaac where they didn't really have much else to talk about. And he was in a bed, so he couldn't do too much. So I do feel like they needed to kind of like shake things up a bit with two new characters.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I can see that. This isn't Misery.
Yeah.
Joey, what did you think?
I liked it a lot. I feel like I feel like Logan Lerman. I've seen Logan Lerman in like a million things, and I feel like but I feel like he doesn't get a lot of I don't say wiggle room, but I feel like it feels like this is sort of like a looser kind of character for him. I feel like I could tell that he was having like a good time with it. I don't really know how to explain that, but I did message Clarence at one point where I said, I'm really glad that I don't have to deal with like trying to find somebody in the day of cell phones and apps. Or I said, I'm really glad I got, married a million years ago and I don't have to I don't know. I think Molly Gordon and Logan Lerman have really good chemistry together. God bless Sophie Brooks for putting him shirtless in a bed. God, thank you. I'm trying to be more conscious about not saying I like something because a man is hot. But I don't care. I thought I can see the criticism that you didn't think that they should be there. I kind of felt that like as soon as they entered the picture, I was like, I don't think I would want them to be eliminated completely, but I feel like I was like, give me something else from them. I would maybe like them a little bit more in it. I did think there is a point where I guess I won't say exactly what it is, but like when two characters are like dancing around a fire because they're trying to achieve something, that's the point where it felt a little bit like, to me, I was like, I actually was like, this doesn't seem like a real solution. Like this feels very like this feels I think the movie's doing a really interesting job about talking about relationships and how we present ourselves to other people. And I think this is a really great example of how we're like afraid to communicate certain things because maybe we won't get the things that we want. I viewed the movie as a movie about communication. And I just felt like that sort of section or that sort of tactic to find a solution by going down that path, I was like, all right, this is getting a little, I don't want to say silly, but I kept thinking, I was like, this is not real, not a real avenue of what you think is going to be a solution to your very dangerous, potentially legal situation that you have acknowledged. It felt like a little too much in that direction, but then I felt like it sort of like swerved back in with how it ends. So I liked it. I think it's really good and interesting and different. And thanks for being shirtless. Great.
I also think that the reason why it gets like the way I interpreted that, like, you know, the witch's spell and stuff was like, I don't know if you, I mean, as a single woman, and I've maybe dabbled in this, you like, or you're thinking of like you read astrology, you read stupid horoscopes, you think about these stupid things that like, oh, what can I do? You read Mel Robbins books, like I think that was kind of like them saying, like showing how the like extent women will go to try to figure out how to keep a guy, which is sadly true and hilarious in the satire of it because they're, you know, standing in front of a fire. Weren't they naked or something too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, but I think that was the satire of it.
Yes, I agree. And the the way, as I was watching that scene, it's almost like sliding doors where the film resolves in a very non-mystical way. It is very literal. It's very real world. But in my brain, I was like, what if this did work? And if she achieved what she wanted to achieve, would they fall into the same path? Or would she be able to change it knowing where he was at? And then, you know, would she bide time with that? And all of a sudden it was like going into this like romantic mystical kind of comedy thing. And that seems so fertile of potential. You know, could she keep him knowing, you know, where he was going and was able to do what she had wanted to achieve through the mystical elements? So I don't know. I mean, it's not what the film is. It's not what they were interested in. They were, you know, interested in a very realistic, you know, sort of, I like that you picture that as as sort of a satire of the lengths to which women will go. You know, I like that interpretation. So, but you know, it would have been very interesting to see, and it's a totally different film, but it would have been interesting to see if something like, you know, Prelude to a Kiss-esque.
God, I love that movie.
I really do too. And that would be a totally different film, but it would be really interesting to see somebody go to those lengths and not end up like Practical Magic, you know, or something.
I actually was saying, I was like, oh, I didn't realize I was going to get Practical Magic 2 so soon.
You're such a bitch.
I mean, we're being fed this week. So Practical Magic Pictures. We've got Andy Sachs.
Devil Wears Prada.
And then Meryl Streep in Devil Wears Prada. I can't remember her name all of a sudden.
Miranda Priestley. Actually,
Miranda Priestley.
I got a scam call this week about, like, we have the tax IRS people are calling you from Miranda Priestley's office. And I was like, bitch, Come on. You're messing with the wrong woman here. I know who this is. Like,
Although,
but I did stay on the line hoping to hear from Meryl Streep. I was kind of like, is she going to be there? And then I was like, am I going to lose money from this? And I hung up.
all of a sudden, Megan writes the most Carrie of Sex and the City piece of her life, where she says, "Am I always waiting on the phone for my Meryl Streep?"
I'm leaving. I'm getting off the phone.
You can't say anything because you said you were, quote unquote, sent by Miranda having sex with Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh
yeah, you were.
Oh
no,
my God.
No, you should be banned. You should be canceled for that tweet.
No, I was literally screaming in my house because I didn't know that was going to happen.
I also like how did you not know that? Like, that was weeks ago. And
yes.
I know you're catching up to it, but you were like, she had sex with the nun. And I'm just like, whoa, what month is it? Like,
a virgin nun.
Did you not see? Did you not see the images of her in Times Square with Rosie O'Donnell singing naked songs?
I saw that, but I didn't know from seeing her sing For Good that she was a recently de-virginized nun. No, I didn't know that.
So many things about that.
Yes, that was literally written on the picture.
Yes, I was surprised you didn't know that too.
That's exactly
why I can't believe that this is what you guys are arguing with me about. Megan found her clip. There you go.
Yep, there we go. I feel like there's a lot of potential of clips this week.
I know.
We're in moods.
Yeah.
Okay, so wrapping things up on Ojai, I think it's a thumbs up across the board. And it opens in theaters this weekend.
Go support rom-coms. Go support like independent film. Well, not independent. It's not independent films, I guess, but it's just like, you know.
Oh, it's a very independent film.
I guess it's Sony Picture Classics though. They did buy
but
it,
it's
right?
Still an independent.
Okay, go support independent art house films. Go support it.
Megan, this would be a movie that you and I would go see at like the Manor Theater.
Yes, I was just thinking that. Yeah, you and I'd be like, oh, let's get a Squirrel Hill today. Let's do that. Yeah.
And Joey, I'm sorry, I'm very disappointed in the fact that you did not say that one of their favorite things about the film was how it was a tight 90.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because we know Joey loves a tight 90.
Yeah, we do. I started watching it today when I was at work. I was like, oh, how long is this? I was like, it's like 92 minutes. I was like, fuck, yes.
All right, let's hop over to television. And Joey, why don't you tell us about the romantic comedy Too Much?
Sure. So Too Much is the new Netflix romantic comedy from Lena Dunham, where Meg Stalter plays Jessica, a New York City based, I think she's a production assistant who gets broken up with by her ex-boyfriend, who I'm just gonna say right now, she gets to be in relationships with Michael Zegan, who was known as Joel Maisel from Marvel's Mrs. Maisel. And he breaks up with her, and she is sort of obsessed with watching his new relationship with a girl named Wendy Jones. She's like an influencer played by Emily, blah, 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 I can never pronounce her name. Ratajkowski, yeah. That J just throws me. So she decides she wants to kind of live in the UK like a character from like all those English movies that she loves, like all the little, she wants to be like a Bronte sister. She wants to be the Jane Austen character. So for 3 months, she's going to live in Merry Out, England. And that is something that the character of Felix, played by Will Sharp, would denounce as American nonsense for me using that accent. And it's sort of about their burgeoning, I guess, relationship connection. I've seen almost 4 episodes completely. I really like it a lot. The 3rd episode, I don't know if you guys have gotten to the 3rd episode, but it's about Jessica and Felix really spending a lot of intimate moments together, but also it's about intimacy. I really love this show so far. I'm curious. It is 10 episodes, so I'm curious as to where it's going to go. I have yet to see. I think Andrew Scott pops up at some point. Have yet to see him. Andrew Rannells, another gay, popped up. But I think Clarence wanted to mention something about how isn't the cast like kind of nuts? Like just
Yes.
random small parts.
It is nuts. So aside from the main cast members that you mentioned, I mean, it's Rita Wilson, it's Rhea Perlman, Richard Grant, Andrew Reynolds, which you talked about, Naomi Watts, Adele, Adele, not Adele the singer, but the Adele, the
French
Blue is the Warmest
actress.
Color French actress. Yes,
Wait,
Jessica
who is
Alba.
she in it?
She must be. I haven't come to that character yet.
Okay,
She
I
plays a
haven't
character
come to
named
that
Polly.
I don't feel like I've gotten to her yet either.
Kit Harington, Andrew Scott, Stephen
Yes.
Fry, Sophia DiMartino, who was in the Loki Marvel Disney Plus series, who is married to Will Sharp and has 2 children by him. Rita
Wait,
Ora.
what? And it's not me?
No, sorry, Megan.
Uh,
Jennifer Saunders, and a bunch of other people. So it's the supporting cast is kind of insane.
yeah, it is. I actually, and you mentioned Lena Dunham too, right? 'Cause she's kind of a,
Right, yes, and Lena
Yeah.
Dunham has a supporting
Yeah.
role as well.
she's
Yep.
great in it, I think.
The whole time I was watching the episodes that I've watched so far, I like I'm sure many people who have watched this show swooned over Will Sharp in The White Lotus. I mean, he's popped up in he popped up in A Real Pain as the tour guide. Every time that I watch him on screen in this, I don't know if it's just like the ease of the character. He's a little bit of a wayward, struggling musician. I keep saying to myself, it was like, I would have wasted so much time on you. Like, he reminds me of a guy that I would probably just follow around like an idiot when I was like 20 years old. I don't know. And it's very surreal. But I mean, I like their chemistry a lot. I think they have really good chemistry.
I think Megan Stelter is so engaging in this role and very sexy too, like very confident. And I really like the vibe that she brings to it. Because I mean, I don't particularly care for her character on Hacks, but I think you're not supposed to. She's just like outlandish and crazy. But I really like seeing her kind of rein it in a little bit. But also, she reminds me of her deliveries like Lena Dunham, which or like she's very good at capturing like Lena Dunham's voice and
yeah.
She would have fit in so well on Girls, even though she was probably like a baby because she's pretty young. But I think she does such a good job in this role and is so funny. And I kind of wish that, like, I was expecting more of a slow burn romance between them, and I didn't.
Yeah, me too.
And I kind of like love those types of things. So I do wish that it was more of a like, let's see how they get together instead of like smack dab, here they are. But it's doing its own thing, and I respect that. And I have been enjoying it.
Megan Stalter is 34.
Oh, I thought she was like 26 years old.
No, she's 34. She's way too old to be acting the way she does. I'm kidding. Yeah, no, but she really is 34.
Wow, I cannot believe that. I thought she was like 26. Well, she fooled me, but yeah, she's really funny. I like seeing this kind of. It feels very fresh and different, and even like one of the first scenes I really liked was when she's back living at home, and it's like Rhea Perlman, Rita Wilson, and Lena Dunham all just like sitting in that living room talking, and it was so funny and weird, and like just weird stuff, like Lena Dunham being married to a guy. What was Andrew Rannells, who's like left her for 2 people named Cody or something, like a threesome of Codys. Like it's just random weird stuff. I love it.
I like. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'm just saying another casting bit that I like is Janixa Bravo. She plays goodness, I can't remember the character. Kim, thank you. She plays, someone Kim who works in the same office that Jessica does, and she directed Zola. I love that movie from pandemic time. She's directed I think she directed an episode of The Bear this year. She directed something on, I think I read, she directed an episode of Poker Face. She directed part of Mrs. America. And the whole time, the first scene, I was like, I know her face. Who is that? Who is that? And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, the director of Zola. That's why I remember her.
Wow.
Yeah, she's quite good. And that's the episode that I just finished. I'm only 2 into it, as I mentioned. I do like it. I think the pilot is very good. It's quite confident for the pilot of a new show. One thing that kind of threw me a little bit, and I'll probably get more accustomed to this as I watch more episodes, but episode 2 felt a little bit disjointed to me, and I felt it's been a long time since Lena Dunham's kind of produced something since Girls, but the episode 2 kind of all of a sudden it was, here's a lot of shocking British people, here's a lot of things that are going on all at once, and the episode kind of lacked a little bit of a balance to me. But I'm still enjoying it. It's still very well acted. I do think it's one of the best things that Megan Stalter's done. And Will Sharp is great. And I actually like Richard E. Grant kind of wandering around the background in this episode.
Just like, he keeps just like, he doesn't let anybody talk. And he's incredibly, I find that actually a little bit, the way he dismisses people. And I was like, I kind of want to cut through everybody's bullshit like that in a less horribly insulting, diminutive kind of way, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think the highest praise that I could give is that it doesn't feel like Girls.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it's its own thing, and it's but it has like subtle little like when she'll say something weird, like I did this, like I don't want to get a UTI or stuff, like weird things like that. I'm like, oh, this is very Lena Dunham-esque, and but that's also her style, which I like. But it doesn't feel like if you would have told me, oh, this is from Lena Dunham, I don't know if I would have completely thought, oh, this it doesn't. It's not just a rehash of what she's done.
No, it is not.
Yeah.
What does he call her in that scene?
He calls her a cum smuggler.
Smuggler. I thought he said that. I was like, cum goblin? That doesn't sound right.
I love that scene's pretty funny. Yeah. He's like, you're getting arrested.
I don't know. There's like an ease to them. There's something about them, and this is maybe just because I just saw this episode very recently. There's something about the way that they kind of like just lay around with each other that feels very real, about like when you're getting to know somebody and you're asking them the most random questions, and you're I don't know, it's like in episode 3 it's a lot of like post sex, between sex discussions. So I don't know, I thought that episode was really good too, and there's something about, I don't want to say laziness, but it's sort of like the laying around with somebody that you kind of like, and you know that they like you back. It's kind of, that felt very authentic to me.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is something that, obviously we'll be finishing and watching as the season progresses. It'll be interesting to see if, perhaps the Golden Globes kind of come back to embracing Lena Dunham. They did, I think they reacted favorably to Girls initially. So
yeah,
maybe Megan Stalter will rekindle the television ingenue Golden Globe.
Yeah,
maybe. All right. Anything else about Too Much?
No.
All right. Very good. Anything else you guys want to talk about? No. All right. Let's jump to the flash forward to the media we are most anticipating in the upcoming week. And Joey, why don't you go first?
So I am continuing my watch of And Just Like That, apparently completely blind to what the internet has said about it, which is fine with me. I'm only like episode 5. I think 8 are out. I think the next episode drops tomorrow. It's I think episode 9. I think, and this goes for 10 episodes. I have found that I like this season so far. It's felt sort of grounded so far. I'm waiting for the craziness to kick in that everyone is complaining about. I've been wanting to write something for years about the show because everyone has sort of like hate watched it from the very beginning, and I kind of want to be like, there are shows that I know that people love that don't get as much chatter between like these, like, I'll say water cooler moments, but these like constant like, did you watch it, did you watch it, like, I don't, you say you hate the show, but I mean, I feel like just say you like it. It's fine to say you like it. But maybe that'll change when I keep continuing to watch. So I'm gonna finish, we're gonna catch up to that, and then tomorrow I am driving to Indianapolis to attend Indie Shorts. It is a short film festival in Indianapolis. I was lucky to serve on the narrative film jury. I'm excited for what ended up taking the narrative film prize. I think it's still, I can't say what it is, but it's so I'm actually going. They invited me to come, and I'm going to present the award for narrative, the narrative film winner, and I'm also going to present a director award. So
Nice.
And this, yeah. So I'm really excited. I actually told Megan earlier today, I was like, I think it's the first film festival that I'm going to completely new, like sight unseen. I'm still like, I'm leaving in 12 hours to go, and I pretty much have my schedule all locked in, but it's sort of like this is the first film festival that I'm going to that I've going to alone for the first time. Like when I started going to TIFF, Megan came with me for the first year because we covered it together, and then I've gone every year for the last 3 years. And then the only other film festival that I've been to is Middleburg, and like Clarence and Mark had been to Middleburg before, so they could sort of like show me around. And this time I was like, I'm going by myself, so we'll see what happens. But I'm really excited to go. So I've never been to a short film festival before, so I'm eager to see what it's like.
Excellent. We are very proud of our Shorts King.
Yes.
Yeah.
Megan.
So it's Shark Week. No, I'm kidding.
Fuck you.
I really want to, although I do love all the Discovery Channel and everybody does. But
Remind me to tell you something about Shark Week when you're done.
Ooh, okay. I am actually excited about Happy Gilmore 2 because I loved that movie growing up. And I do trust Kyle Newacek, who's the director, Workaholics, Carl, directing the sequel. I'm curious to see what's going on in it. I am curious about that. Also, I really want to watch Solo Traveling with Tracy Ellis Ross. It's on the Roku channel because she's like one of my heroes. And then what else? That's I do want to say that I'm on Monday. I won't be able to podcast because I'm going to see the new Naked Gun movie, which I'm really excited about. And also, I'm going. Mr. Wilson, my dog, and I are going to see another dog and possibly adopting a dog this weekend. So I'm really excited about that too.
Nice.
Excellent. Well, on my end, I too will not be able to record next Monday because I will also be seeing The Naked Gun, which I'm ludicrously excited about because welcome back stupid comedies like Airplane, like the original Naked Gun, like Top Secret, one of the greatest movies of all time. I love that movie. If you haven't seen Top Secret, I recommend that you drop everything that you're doing and go and watch it. Film-wise, it's my most anticipated film of the summer. It is Fantastic Four. And I am very much anticipating that with an excellent score by Michael Giacchino. I also, on the TV front, I'll be finishing up Too Much. I have screeners to FX's upcoming Alien Earth, written and directed by Noah Hawley. I've seen one episode, mum's the word on that one. And I'm very interested in Netflix's Republican Desperate Housewives called Hunting Wives.
Oh, yeah, that's based on
Is
the
that
book.
Republican?
No, I don't know. I mean, they're like Texan gun-owning women or something like that. I don't know. I'm assuming it's Republican. I was joking. I don't know what this show is about. It's hold on, I'm looking it up. It's based on a book. It's set in Maplebrook, a fictional East Texas town. Sophie, played by Brittany Snow, a young woman and mom, falls into an affluent socialite seductive orbit where a circle of housewives who have dangerous secrets themselves, culminating in her becoming a prime suspect in the death of a teenage girl. Well, okay. I'm very much interested in that. It's got Dermot Mulroney, Chrissy Metz, Malin Ackerman, and Brittany Snow.
That does have Clarence written all over it.
It does have me written all over. In fact, it seems a little bit like Sirens until there's like a murder, and that's not what happens in Sirens. So, and then I'm halfway through book 3 of the Song of Ice and Fire series. And I finished, while I was on a plane out to where I am right now, I finished my 4th watch of Game of Thrones Season 1.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Does that cover it?
Yeah.
But before we get out of here, I must say, look out for next Monday, another interview with the director of 3 episodes of The Gilded Age. You can already find my interview with Deborah Kampmeyer on episode 2 and episode 5 on YouTube. Episode 6 comes out on Sunday, and I will be talking to her about that, and we'll post an interview on next Monday. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Which, by the way, Gilded Age is firing on all cylinders. Oh, or maybe not cylinders. On all horse buggy wheels. So we are the 3M's contributors, Joey Moser, Megan McLaughlin, and me, Clarence Moy. Thanking you for joining us, asking you to remember to rate us on your favorite podcast app, and wishing you a very pleasant tomorrow.